What's up, Mets fans? Back at you another week. Orange and blue thing. You know what it is. Season 7, episode 23. I am Darren Meenan. That's Julia Quadrino. We just finished doing a quick Instagram live where I was supposed to finish eating my burrito and I did not. So I'm going to probably eat a little bit, talk a little Mets, talk to you guys, and hang out for the next hour or so.
Mostly eat.
We just finished the Instagram live. I put my phone down, started the show on the computer here, and then I go, oh, wait, where's my phone?
No, he said, is my phone in here? As if he didn't just use it to do an Instagram live. I came in here, I sit down, he puts these papers in front of us, he walks out of the room for maybe 30 seconds, comes back in, he's like, those papers, are they from today? Are they from last week? I'm like, you just put them down. So, great
I'm
content.
I'm so hungry. Oh my God.
If you watch the Instagram live, we reference this. This could be a form of ASMR. If you're one of those weirdos who likes to listen to people chew into a microphone, it is your lucky day.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I think I'm going to be done with that. I'll finish that when I'm done. Do I have any sauce on my cheek?
No, you're good.
Okay, we're good. Not that the people that are listening afterwards care about my saucy face. But anyway, we have 7 shows left this season.
Thank God.
And as I'm driving home from Baltimore the other day, or maybe it was on the way to Baltimore, I made a out loud proclamation that I might be done with the orange and blue thing.
Yeah, like forever?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
But then Kelly's like, I think you're making a bad decision. I think you're just saying this now because the Mets are playing so poorly. You guys talk about burritos and dogs each week.
I think we did learn something this season, which is when the Mets are so boring and so excruciatingly bad, it doesn't make for great podcast content.
Look, sometimes it does, actually.
It does. It's more like, I will say, like, and nobody else would really, I guess, get this, like, aside from us, but in seasons past, when it's like the days or just even the night before leading up to a show, like, there is some prep involved. Like, I will send over like a list of topics that I've thought of, and you'll send me whatever, and like, you know, if we have a guest coming on, we'll like prep the interviews and all this stuff. And like this year, it's just Darren will text me at like 10 a.m. the day of the show and be like, you got anything to talk about? And I'll literally just be like, no.
No, I first say, are we still doing 1 o'clock?
And it's always yes.
It's yes. And then that's it. And then I basically say, okay, I know Julia watched nothing of baseball this week. So as we talk about some topics here, I'm basically, the show should be called Filling Julia In on the Last Week of the Mets.
Okay, I will take some of the blame for, you know, the lack of energy that's gone into the show, just because I did start a new job in January. It has taken up a lot of my time, specifically a lot of my time during baseball games being on. But even if I didn't, I really don't know if it would have changed.
But if there's any year to be kind of checked out on, it's this one. So, you know, unfortunately, well, kind of same thing. It's, again, full circle, baseball, whatever. And I talk about dirt bikes a lot. I've been going through this back issue for over a month. Thankfully, since there is no place to ride out here, it couldn't have happened at a better time for me, at least.
Right. Timing
is
everything.
For your situation with work and everything else you got going on, for the Mets to be what they are this year, kind of worked out.
I'm kind of mad about it.
No, you didn't miss anything.
No, and I will say, like, when the season started and they were expected to be so good, I was like at work, I would have the game on my phone. I would try to be watching. I would be keeping up. And it was just like, I am just putting myself in a bad mood in an already high stress situation. It's not worth it. At a certain point, I just stopped turning the game on. So
speaking of the games, as we just said, of course, if you're going to buy tickets, you should go to TickPick.
Of course.
We will get to that in a second, because every week we say, let's guess how much the prices are going to be. And we assume this
Oh my God,
week,
did you see Kyle's tweet? I think it was yesterday.
No. Wait, Kyle?
Kyle
has his own Twitter?
Yes, and I follow him.
I don't follow Kyle.
Oh, well, you should get on that. Kyle's a great follow. But Kyle tweeted from his own personal Twitter. It was to go to all 5 Mets games at Citi Field this week. You could go to all 5 for $43.
Well, last week we said it would have been 13 for the 3, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Insane.
Crazy. I mean, that's unfortunate for the Mets. This Thursday, we will be there, though, for the FDNY NYPD game.
I am excited.
Julia is going to that one because David Wright's going to come hang out.
And also the Mets won't be there, or at least on the field. So it'll probably be a fun day.
It will. But unfortunately, I'd hate to be a Debbie Downer here, but I have been watching the Doppler. Thursday doesn't look the best. And I'm just letting you know now, like, I don't want to back out. Because either way, our money's going to the charity no matter what.
Of course.
So
is there a rain date for that game?
I doubt it. I mean, it's an off day. I mean, the Mets are home these 3 games, and then Thursday's the off day, and then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday they're home again. So there's really no other time to play it. Either way, if it's for charity, but you want the players to,
of course,
get their game in. But either way, the money is going towards NYPD and FDNY designated charities. But weather doesn't look that great. So I'm just letting you know, I normally wouldn't do this,
Yeah.
but if there is any kind of bad weather, I can't go.
You're just calling it.
Because Friday morning I'm leaving for upstate New York. Like I'm basically going to Citi Field, watching this game, support the players and the charities, and then go home with Kelly, go to sleep, wake up, and drive right back to go upstate New York. So I was like,
that's a lot.
I'm leaving it early.
Yeah.
On Friday morning. So we will see. But either way, David Wright's going to be in attendance. He is hosting the game. And are you going to choose a team to root for?
I don't know. I just hope everyone has fun and a lot of money is raised.
Right. Well, I'm rooting for FDNY.
I was gonna say for FDNY.
Only because I tried out. I not tried out. I applied to. Did you know this?
For FDNY?
I would never be here right now if I didn't take my physical.
Really?
Yeah. So right after 9/11, I took the next test after that, which a lot of people did, and was very high on the list because I had college credits. I was a New York City resident living in Queens. I had all these credits to get the job. So I not get called, but they send you a card in the mail that says, all right, you got this on the test. We'll let you know when your physical is. That's the only step between getting the job and going to the academy.
Yeah.
So I get the card in the mail and had a BMX event that same weekend. I didn't know on the back of the card, you can defer and say, I'll do the physical a different day. I just didn't go. So I didn't get the job. I had to take the test again because I thought that maybe I wasn't thinking, but I didn't go to the physical.
Oh my God.
So if I did go to the physical, the 7 line wouldn't exist. And I'd be maybe playing baseball at Citi Field this Thursday. So I ended up taking the test 2 more times after that. And then I didn't do as good on it. And then one test got protested. And they threw the test out completely. We had to take it again. Yeah, it was a whole big shebang.
I never knew that.
That's the reason I'm not a fireman. So that's a story with that.
BMX is life.
Because BMX. I did an 11-minute dip today.
Great. And you didn't get hypothermia? I thought that was what
14 minutes is usually
14.
Don't go that far.
Okay.
Yeah.
You told me last time it was 10.
At that temperature. I did 46 degrees today, 11 minutes. I tried to make up and punish myself for not going Saturday, Sunday, or yesterday.
Understood.
So I'm back in it, back in the dips. And the Doppler Darren getting things done. Thanks, Greg. I love that nickname. I have some motocross friends that make fun of me for watching the weather. I'm going to the race this weekend to watch my friend's race. I'm not even racing. I'm still watching the Doppler.
Just a great friend.
Yeah.
And a great weatherman.
Thank you.
A man of many talents, but FDNY, not one of them.
No, I mean, it could have been. Yeah, I wonder what would have happened. So anyway, let us know in the comments. I'm going to pull up a poll, which if you're not on Twitter, you haven't seen it, but the poll question said, how many more games do you think you're going to hit this Mets season?
I did vote.
Julia voted. I bet you she voted for maybe the 1 to 3.
I did 1 to 3.
Almost 4,000 people voted. And let me pull up the results here. Oh, that's too small. There we go. So how many more games? Okay, 0 got the overwhelming majority of 51.2%. 1 to 3.
That's so aggressive.
Ruled in at or tacked in, whatever you want to say, at 37.8. 4 to 6 at 5.4%, and 6 plus at 5.5%. I am in the. Let me think about this.
How many outings are left?
I'm in the 1 to 3 range because of the outings. Yeah, we have we have 4 more outings. 4 more home games and one away. So I'm in the 4 to 6 range with 5.4%. So me and the other 5.4% of you guys, we will see each other at the ball games.
Great.
I forgot we had 4 more home games. Yep, that's where we're at.
What a fucking slog.
Which I never really it's my job. I got to be there. I understand.
There's something about this year, and I don't know.
I said it last Saturday. I don't know if I said it on the show, but I say it often, whether it's Twitter or on the show, whatever. A bad day at the ballpark is better than,
of course,
a bad
day at the ballpark is better than a good day somewhere.
No, I think it's people say I'd rather be at the ballpark than shoveling snow, right? Or
sure,
bad day at the ballpark is better than a good day at work or something like that, right?
Sure.
So I said it last Saturday after the Mets were playing so horribly at that was the last outing, outing 150. I'm I would rather be shoveling snow right now, which is crazy to say out loud.
I know. We've talked about it so many times, and I truly think it's I said this towards the beginning-ish of the year, but I really think it's the post-COVID effect of just we as a society had all of the fun things we love to do taken away from us, and now all of those things are back, and it's why would you spend any of your time or money devoted to something that's not bringing you joy? And the fact of the matter is, it's crazy. Every single person I know, every crazy Mets fan I know feels the same way about this year, where it's just not fun. Like there's
Right.
usually a small contingent of fans who you can expect to just be like rah no matter what, and be like, I'm going to go no matter what, I'm going to watch no matter what. But everyone is just like, this kind of sucks.
I love the word contingent. Brings back good memories.
Sorry. Sore subject.
No, it's not. It's funny.
But yeah, it's just like it, and it is comforting in a way because it makes me feel like it is something just about this season. It's not just me and my perspective changing. Like maybe it just and again, like I've said this too, like I have watched the majority of the Mets teams I've watched have been bad Mets teams, and I've never I found joy in it.
I just need one. Give me one.
Literally, that's truly what it is, and I think that's where my frustration is that like, my entire Mets fandom, I've been fed excuses as to why we're not reaching that point. And the majority of it was, okay, well, the Wilpons, as long as the Wilpons are in charge, they're never going to reach their full potential, whatever. And truly, I was one of the few people who didn't expect Steve Cohen to come in and like wave a magic wand and make them World Series winners. I didn't think that was going to happen, but he has been doing all of the right things to lead you to believe that they are right there. So for them to have a season like this is just like, well, fuck. What's the fucking excuse now?
Last week we were talking with Tacoma. We knew the writing was on the wall for the end of that day after we signed off with him that like Pham was going to be gone. And then eventually
everyone.
Yeah, they got rid of Verlander later in the day. So, old ownership would never have eaten that money and said, all right, I'm going to pay for a farm system.
Yeah.
So
Which was, I want to make it very clear, that was the right move.
Of course.
And it would have been so stupid if they didn't do that.
Right.
And I completely understand. I had made a tweet the day after the trade deadline. If somebody had posted like a list of the Mets like top 10 prospects now, like they're like
it was DeMeo.
No, I don't think it was.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think it was somebody who didn't follow. And it was like somebody was like, oh my God, this list is stacked. And I was just like, and I wasn't saying this as a criticism of anyone who is excited about like, the great prospects we have, because it's better than having nothing. But I'm just like, God bless the people who can still look at a list of names that have not materialized into anything yet.
Some of them are like 17.
And just have the faith that like one day these guys are either going to be generational talents or lead us to a World Series
even
championship.
Just make the big leagues.
But I'm going to say, like, we've had lots of prospects that have made the big leagues. I don't give a fuck about them at this point. Like, making the big leagues is not the goal for me anymore. Like, for them, great. I understand the personal accomplishment, but like, I cannot get excited about prospects anymore when it's like, we were supposed to be winning now.
Right.
Like, I don't want to wait and see if maybe these guys pan out. Because even like somebody was saying like, well, we've had all of like David Wright, Jose Reyes, one, those were 20 years ago. Two, Matt Harvey. I'm like, I would die for Matt Harvey. But if you consider Matt Harvey to be like a Mets story success, I don't know what career you were watching. He was the most electric, exciting player, the most fun I ever had as a Mets fan watching him for 2.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was DFA'd and traded for Devin Mesoraco.
Now he's selling real estate.
That's not a success story. And I don't like, that is one of the biggest disappointments of my lifetime. And I don't get how people don't see that. Like the goal was to have a superstar for years, a career Met and or World Series champion. Yes, we would not have gotten to the World Series that year without him in 2015. I stand by Terry Collins' decision to keep him in the game in Game 5. Like, I'm not taking any of that away from him. I recognize the fact that he put his health on the line to play that season. And I would die for him. But like, that's not my point. He did, at the end of the day, it resulted in nothing. So I can't look at a list of prospects, even though I agree that was exactly what they should have done. There was no reason in keeping aging players on the roster. That's what you had to do. But like, the people who can like see that and then feel optimism, I'm jealous, because my ship has sailed in that department.
The past, I mean, let's write it down. What's today's date? August 8th at 1:14. Happy anniversary to Billy and Rose. My cousin got married in 888.
Lovely.
That's the most Mets talk you've done all year.
All year long.
888 at 1:15. You just went on like an epic 3-minute Matt Harvey
sorry,
rant.
but like I had to, because people were like completely misconstruing what I was saying and tried to explain what you're like, well, most prospects fail. Like that's the
this
whole
is
point of
you
prospects.
wrote something on.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm like, that's not my point.
Oh, I think I did see that.
I was like, I understand what prospects are, and like that. But that's not my point. It's like, the point is, I want to see the Mets win a World Series. Like, at this point, anything else
drunk
is
on a parade float.
Yeah, it's like the 101 season last year. I don't give a fuck about it. It was one of the most disappointing seasons of my lifetime in the end. To see them eliminated in the wild card game when they led the division all fucking season long. I don't want to think about that year. Like, that sucked.
Yeah.
So, like, at this point, I don't care about anything other than them just fucking winning. So I'm sorry, a list of prospects, while it's nice to have, and yes, I understand we need to have them to trade for other players. That's great. I get it. But the people who are like, oh, look at this stacked list, as if they are ever going to materialize into something that's going to help us win a World Series, from your lips to God's ears, I hope it happens. But like, I can't live on that optimism anymore.
And this is why SNY wanted you on that show. What was it called? Off Day Live or something like that?
You know what? If they just wanted to hear me bitch, I would have been all in. But they were talking stats, and that is not me.
I don't know if we even talked about that on this show, that they asked you to be on that show.
I think I did, because we had Wardy on, and I told him the reason I didn't do it was because I watched you on that show, and I could not do what you did.
Yeah.
So
if you want to have us on the show, we'll talk about, whatever, but not me, because I'll talk about the tailgate at in Baltimore. But you brought up you said something, and I was going to segue into this next little segment
sorry.
here.
I didn't shut up for
no,
like
it's all
5
good.
minutes.
So I noticed something last night after Pete. Oh, you said individual achievements.
Yes.
So yeah, lately, Lindor has been playing great. If you look at his numbers, his stats, whatever, he's on track for having a nice year at the plate, and he is what he is in the field, as we already expected out of him. But Pete Alonso had 6 RBIs last night, 2 more home runs, and he's the first player, I don't know if it's ever on the Mets, to have 3 games in 1 week to hit 2 or more home runs in a game and have 5 or more RBIs.
Damn.
But he's done it 3 times. So I don't know if it's happened, if he's the first on the Mets or first in baseball, but he's had 3 games of 2 or more home runs with 5 or more RBIs in this just week. So Pete's, putting a team not really on his back, because at this point, what can you do?
I know.
But we were talking about the trade deadline. They were like 7 games out at the trade deadline.
Mm-hmm.
They lost 6 straight games. They're only 7.5 games out now, which is nuts. So even after the trade deadline,
I think like everyone is like Operation Tank.
But it's like, how is that possible?
I know.
So,
and I'm not even going to go there, because I'm sorry. Like, even if the Mets went for it at the trade deadline, they were not winning shit this year. But it does make you wonder. Like, it really is so easy to get into the playoffs at this point. I think Darren.
If you're tuning in late, I was
going to say, I was talking for 5 minutes, not a bite of that burrito did you take. That was your time to finish it. But yeah, it really is crazy. The entire format has changed. I understand, which also like made me more nervous. Like, I really did think there was a part of me that thought like the Mets weren't going to sell, because it's just like, 1, how humiliating is that? Because it was humiliating with the expectations going to the season. 2, because you're not really totally out of it. I mean, you're not winning anything, but you're not out of the playoffs.
But you might get to the wild card again, even though last year you won 101 games. But like, speaking of, embarrassments, I don't think when it comes to business, Steve Cohen is embarrassed. It's like, all right, I went for it. I spent a fuck ton of money. It didn't work. And now, back to the drawing board.
I really, truly have no problem with Steve Cohen's approach to this season, other than expecting Max Scherzer and Justin Verlander to be like the guys at the head of the rotation, like future Hall of Famers, no doubt, but they're 40 years old. I know Justin Verlander just won the Cy Young, but it doesn't matter. They're aging pitchers.
Their better days are behind them for sure.
That can't be your plan A.
You saw about Scherzer's first game.
I know he let up 3 runs in the first inning.
Shilled.
Whatever.
I mean, not shilled. Shelled.
To be fair, he settled in after that, but still. But like I hope every single season, I feel like the game plan should be, when you have the money that Steve Cohen has, you fucking buy everything you can in the winter, put the best team on the field you possibly can, plan. Look at this thing coming out of nowhere, the money gun.
Oh, and it's broken.
Well, that is a perfect metaphor for this season.
Come on.
But anyway, I think that's a great plan, is you go for it, and then when it doesn't work out, you blow it up at the trade deadline and try again the next year. Like, stack your farm system with all these great prospects, and then fucking trade them away for actual proven, currently big league talent. And this is again a metaphor. We were primed and ready, but it didn't work out.
Okay, let's give it one more chance.
Okay.
No, I'm totally with you. Here we
go.
So that's a good thing to think about, because at the end of the year, when the Mets might not look like they have any kind of rotation, ready for next season. Steve Cohen did talk to the beat in the press and say, like, listen, it might not be a star-studded future Hall of Fame roster,
I don't care.
but
as long as they're like not 40.
Right.
Like, great.
Oh, thanks. Have Senga and see what's up with Quintana and make some more moves in the offseason, because there are going to be some guys available on the free agency market. So I don't think that the moves that they made last week necessarily means they're punting by any means for 2024.
No.
I think they said what they had to say to Scherzer.
I do too. I think they just lied to Scherzer and be like, you got to fucking go. Like, you're washed. Oh my God.
All right, this thing's done.
Take your money and go. But I think so too. I think they just told Scherzer what he needed to hear to get him to get the hell out. But also, another fucking reason to hate Max Scherzer. What kind of person, for lack of a, nicer term, but like, to then go to the media and then like lay out that private conversation.
Did you see the difference between his and then also Verlander's and then also Canna?
Yeah. Oh,
so like
truly.
Right.
And that's why I'm like, I don't feel bad. I never liked Max Scherzer. I don't feel bad about it, because like that just, I can understand completely from a professional standpoint being disappointed in how the season panned out and how now you're all of a sudden on a different team when, you just bought a house and on Long Island and the plan was, I get it. But like, are you kidding me? The reason they were a big part of the reason they were in that position was because you were not living up to the contract you were given. So for then you to go with the cameras in your face and say all that bullshit,
right,
which is just going to like get fans pissed at like management, fuck off.
So
bye.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Not to move on from Max Scherzer, but
that's fine. I'd love to.
I doubt you stayed up this late, but the game ended at like 12:30 last night. Didn't mean anything to the Mets, but the Cubs are essentially still in the race for the wild card game. So the booth and whatever were like, well, it is an official game. If they put the tarp on now, they'll probably call it and that'll be it. Mets will win, which I would have been happy with because I ended up winning anyway, but my parlay last night was Kodai Senga to be accredited with the win and to have 6 or more strikeouts with both of those things hit. And I was like, all right, just call it now. Let me go to sleep.
Yeah.
It was a 2-hour rain delay. Mets ended up winning at 12:15 in the morning, but they spoke to Pete Alonso on the field after the game. And, he did his normal, I'm going, doing what I can to stay warm during the break or during the rain delay.
Uh-huh.
And then he's been ending it with just let's go Mets. So he'd always end with LFGM until he dropped the F-bomb on May 17th. So I don't know if
I need the fact checkers to go back and check. Has he stopped since then?
I think that Pete Alonso has dropped LFGM from his vocabulary, which I feel like I understand. Maybe he went so far over the line that they were like, all right, be done with this. No
pun intended, but fuck that. Like, that was the one fun thing about this season was that 1 week and that one time when they were all excited to be alive. So why are we discouraging that?
So I tweeted at 12:15 last night or this morning, whatever. After Pete dropped the actual F-bomb, I looked it up. It was May 17th.
Okay.
In that post-game interview, however many months ago that was, has he totally stopped saying LFGM entirely? I only just noticed it. And a lot of people were saying, well, there hasn't been really that many reasons for him to like try to fire up the home crowd.
Which is true.
But a lot of these replies say like, yeah, but Buck put him in timeout and it's never been the same. Who's this? Just Dave. He says his theory is the team went flat after the last game in Arizona. And Newsday published the article that said Cora and Buck told Alvy to turn it down. That's when I noticed there was no pelvic bumps either.
Yeah, the humping stopped.
We went to Arizona, wrecked them, and went to San Diego and went flat. So I guess a lot of people are basically saying that after Pete kind of went too far, they put the line in the sand and said no more of this LFGM talk.
Do we think I can't remember the order in which he dropped the F-bomb and started humping. Do we think he started humping because they told him he can't say fuck?
I don't know.
So he's like, well, then I'll act out fuck instead.
So, I mean,
and then maybe they were just really like, cut it out.
Well, this guy, Eric, says nobody gives a fuck if he says fuck or not. But yeah, clearly it's not really that big of a deal.
No, but it's just like, why are you trying to limit their personalities? And like the only part of this season that could make it enjoyable is like, okay, you enjoy rooting for the guys and all their different personalities and whatever. Like that's what makes you stay invested. That's why our booth is so great, because even when the team sucks, their personalities and the way they mesh together is fun to listen to. So I don't get it. Like, just
I think that I could be sure because remember Buck went on with I think it was Michael K.
I remember.
And Michael K. Did
Buck
you have
had
a
a
talk
problem
with
with
him?
it,
And
yeah.
Buck was like, I had to talk with him, and I'm pretty sure it's never gonna happen again.
Yeah.
But I think that even like the acronym, the abbreviation is just gone.
So
So
stupid.
even the Mets themselves, if you remember like that media day or press day that they do in spring training to do like all those graphics,
Yeah.
like the light shows. And
Yes,
stuff,
he carried the F.
They made their own LFGM for
Yeah.
him down in Florida. But I think he just went over the line, and I think maybe they told him like, all right, that's it. You're done with LFGM.
Stupid.
But we're going to still say it.
Of course.
But it sucks that he can't.
Somebody needs to ask him.
Let us know in the comments or tweet at us. After he dropped the actual F-bomb on May 17th.
Have you heard him say it since?
Have you heard him say LFGM?
You were at his comedy show.
Yeah.
Did he drop any LFGMs that day?
I mean, he was like talking as we talk on here.
Well, right.
Like
but
regular,
still.
yeah, but like,
at least we know it's still alive somewhere within.
No, I think like, him and Carton were on the stage and they weren't watching their mouths. Like they were talking like we talk, like shit, fuck, whatever. It's like earmuffs. Yeah, I don't know, but I don't think that he would end his, thank you guys, LFGM, with any press, and he doesn't say it anymore. Let us know in the comments if you heard it. Also, if anyone has the time to do this, let me know, because I didn't do this, but now I want to know, what was the Mets record on May 17th? And then what is their record from May 17th to now? After they told him to stop saying it, is that when the Mets started to lose or not?
Well,
because June's always the nail in the coffin.
My memory serves, they were sucking. Then they had that one. It was that one really fun week. Was that when?
That was probably it. He got so fired up on the baby Mets.
Was it that long ago?
Baby's in Binghamton. Baby's in Syracuse now, which is crazy. Baby Mets are no more, at least for now. So we're dragging along here. I actually have a lot more things to talk about, but Beatty got sent down yesterday, AAA. He's actually been pretty horrific over the past month. Yeah. Marte sent to the IL with a groin injury. I
feel like I have not seen Starling Marte healthy on the field
because
year.
he had surgery last year, I think, on the groin injury. Yeah. And now it's re-aggravated. So sit him down the rest of the year.
Yeah. Or something?
He was out for migraines for a bit. So I think seriously, sit him down the rest of the year. Let this guy get healthy.
How many years left does he have?
I have no idea. See, this is why we're not on the SNY show. So, May 17th, they were 21-23. That's not good.
Yeah, but like they could still turn it around.
And now
it wasn't a lost cause.
So now they're 51-61. I don't want to do math here. So they're 30, basically this. Oh, I don't know.
No.
So since then
they went from 2 games below 500 to 10 games below 500. So they've done worse.
I can't do math. All right, whatever.
2
more years for Marte. Thanks to the fact checkers.
Thank you.
I love that the fact checkers know way more about the team than we do.
Well, you know what? Yes, I'm sure there are some things that are common knowledge to them, but they can also Google.
Yeah, true.
They have the power of Google.
And Alex Cohen, not the Alex Cohen on the wall here, says, for what it's worth, please don't stop doing the show. You guys are great. I mean, maybe Alex just talked us into it, but we'll see. Alex and Alex alone. If we're back next year,
oh God,
everyone thank Alex in the comments on what is he on YouTube, Facebook, somewhere. And Jonathan Reed's checking in, the coach of our Little League team. Nice. The Little League team did better than the Mets this year, which is absolutely true.
Well, we love that.
Yes.
The future.
So something that we don't love is crime, right? We do not like crime.
No.
So I get to Baltimore.
Crime.
Crime sucks. Take a bite out of crime. You probably don't even remember that. Is that like McGruff?
I have no idea what that is.
Oh my God, let me look it up. Take a bite out of crime was like a campaign.
I don't
remember. Like this is your brain on drugs, or were you too young for that too?
No, I know that.
Take a bite out of crime. Let me look at it. Look it up.
Great.
Let me look it up.
But where are you going with this? Is this the graffiti thing I don't know about?
Yes.
Okay.
It gets to that.
All right.
Take a bite out of crime. You don't know McGruff?
What is McGruff? McGruff?
McGruff.
Like with a G.
Oh, maybe that's why, because it's a radio ad from 1982.
A little before my time.
Excuse me, you must be the Lockharts. You're probably wondering what a dog wearing a trench coat is doing in your living room. Well, I think you forgot to lock your door. No, you shouldn't do that. I could have been a perpetrator. As the crime dog, it's my job to teach you and your neighbors to protect yourselves. Make it your job to learn. Write to box 6600 Rockville, Maryland, 20850 and help me, take a bite out of crime.
A message from the Crime Prevention Coalition and the Ad Council.
All right.
I'm
Free
so
ad for McGruff.
glad we took the time to do that. I hope we don't get copyrighted.
No, that's fine. This
You
is from
never know.
1982.
You never know. The people who were in charge of McGruff could be avid Orange and Blue Thing listeners.
But I think that you
sue
kind of
our
would like that
ass.
McGruff is a dog that wears a trench coat.
I completely appreciate that.
Look at this.
Great.
All right. Anyway.
Crime.
Crime. Oh, look, he's the crime dog. Everyone knows in the comments. Julia, come on. It's a dog.
I was born in 1995. Come on.
It would be a crime to quit Orange and Blue Thing.
Oh, my God.
Anyway, so I get down to Baltimore on Friday, and I haven't been to Baltimore in a couple of years. Actually, did I go last year? I went last year with Kelly just for like a weekday trip, just the two of us. But our last outing was 2015. We did not stay over. We just went down for the day with the bus and went back. Speaking of the bus on the way down this week broke down.
No.
The rally bus broke down in Jersey. How do you think people got there?
I don't know.
Uber.
No.
They Ubered the entire way from like the Outer Bridge crossing, which
Did
is
they get their money back from the bus?
I think the bus covered it.
Oh my God.
But they took an Uber. It was like $600.
Well, yeah. That's a lot. I didn't even know Uber would offer that.
Well,
kind
yeah.
of
Remember
ride.
what's his name? Took an Uber from PA and then hit a home run.
Who was it?
Rajai Davis.
Rajai Davis. Yes.
Yeah. That's a good one for Big Apple trivia.
Bring it back.
All right. Maybe one day. We have to find a day that Julie can get to Citi Field.
I told you I'm going to have weekends off soon, so we could actually do.
Yeah, but I don't want to wrap up my weekend doing that.
Fair. Neither do I.
So anyway.
I don't want to use my time.
All right. Back to crime. Back to McGruff. Officer McGruff, whatever it is.
All right.
So
Baltimore.
I get to Baltimore on Friday. We go to the hotel. I get a text. I keep calling him California Kevin.
Okay.
Because
I know who you're talking about.
But Kelly, Richie, and Tara, when we were driving down, they drove us down. I kept saying, "Oh, California Kevin." They were like, "You don't have to keep saying California Kevin. We know who California Kevin is. Just say Kevin."
Kevin.
Anyway, so Kevin gets to the hotel first. He's watching the news. Someone got shot outside of Camden Yards on Thursday night.
No.
There's a gas station right there, right? And I'm like, yeah, well, that's people get shot. I mean, it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
It is a city. There is crime, right? So go to the game, and then I was also watching the news on Saturday morning, and there was a news report on the local news, not News 12, unfortunately, but the local news down in Baltimore that said that the Orioles, even though they're in first place now, I think by 3 games, they are 22nd out of 30th in attendance. And the main reason is because of the crime around the area.
Really?
Families don't want to go. And it's like, it's getting worse around there. I guess the crime is becoming more of an issue. Crime in every city is probably on the rise. I don't know if that's probably not a factual statement, but it seems like from watching the news and reading the internet and seeing things that go on in like San Francisco, wherever, crime is on the rise. And I guess Baltimore is in a bad spot right now. So unfortunately, like I don't even want to say this out loud because I want to show you this graffiti that we saw outside the ballpark.
Okay.
And I thought that maybe it just popped up this week, but I looked back on Twitter and searched the phrase to see if anything came up. It's been up for like over a month. And if I had anything to do with the Orioles organization,
this is like on the stadium or like on the grounds?
It's on multiple. Yeah, it's on their grounds.
Right.
Like basically how we're told from the Mets they can't do anything about the dog outside.
Yeah.
I'm sure if we did bring this to the Orioles, which by the way, were great with us this week. Shout out to our ticket reps. Everything was great. The outing was awesome. Thanks for the hospitality. Tara went on the field as the heavy hitter.
Yes,
and all that.
That was great.
So everything with that is fine. But if any of this was outside my ballpark, I would make sure to cover it. Even if I had to have a team that would go out and inspect every single day, if it happened every day, cover it every day.
Is it like vulgar? Is it a slur? Is
both.
It? Oh no!
Get a can of spray paint and cover this every day if you have to.
I don't know. You should show it if it's a slur. What is it?
It's not a slur. It's anyway, but it's on multiple poles around the ballpark where you cannot miss it. It's like we left Pickles. We're crossing over the crosswalk. It's right there. You have to see it. It's like in the don't walk area.
Right.
You know. And I will pull it up right here, and you can just read it.
I can't read it. Oh my God.
Yeah. Everywhere. It's all over the place outside the ballpark.
On their grounds? And they've left that there?
It's on, look, that's their flags right there. I'm not gonna even say it out loud so people could like cut my words. If you're listening afterwards on as a podcast, just pop on over.
That's disgusting.
Right. But it's on many poles around the ballpark.
A baseball stadium.
Right.
That like kids go to.
So I see that I saw that on Friday night. And I'm like, well, tomorrow I'm not letting Kelly walk to the game by herself.
Yeah.
It's like I was going to go maybe a little bit earlier. She ended up walking with Richie, but I was like, insane.
Fuck that shit.
But like
that's insane. And like not
the Orioles are already in like enough.
I was gonna say not to segue into something like severely
going
less
to,
serious, but
yeah.
like what kind of priorities do they have if their management is concerned with suspending a broadcaster for literally just saying
a
stats?
fact.
But that's fine. That doesn't need immediate attention. Fuck that.
So I thought maybe it just went up that day and they didn't have time to cover it before the Friday night game. Well, it was still there on Saturday, by the way.
That's crazy, dude.
So I searched Twitter because why not? Because that's pretty much where you could find anything you need to know. And this gentleman named Michael Dubois, I guess, said he was down there. Well, people were writing. This is from July 31st, a different street poll. And then you scroll down and this guy says he was there on July 4th and he saw the same poll and then referenced the one that I just have a picture of.
That's wild.
Right. So now July 4th, over a month.
Yeah.
You have a team of people and must go extinct, this does here as well.
Jesus
you
Christ.
Have a team of people that work for you in the cleaning staff or whatever, any kind of people who are in charge of taking care of your grounds. They need to do a sweep around the ballpark every day.
That's insane. And honestly, like it does make the fact like that the whole suspension of the broadcaster thing that much more ridiculous. It's like you would think, okay, they have nothing else to like worry about.
But there's really no attention on this.
So
I'm surprised
much to worry about. That's insane.
As far as I know, besides Googling that or finding that photo, I don't hear anyone talking about
this.
What
a fucking shame that they have the team. They have a good team. And like they can't get their shit together enough to make it a positive environment at the ballpark, to put an enjoyable experience on their television.
They can't do anything about crime in the but
no,
one thing
I'm not saying that.
No, I know. But they can't do anything about the crime in the surrounding areas. That's for sure. But something like this, which maybe you want to block out that, okay, a city has crime or a city has their problems, whatever. That maybe you could just put the blinders on, like we say, like it's baseball, let's go to a baseball game.
Yeah.
Then you leave the pregame or wherever you're walking from, the parking lot, and you see these on multiple street signs or poles. The team can have a hold on that if they wanted to.
Right.
But they walk in, they park in the area and walk into their job. They have to see it.
That's insane.
Yeah, nuts.
What a fucking it is crazy that like the season they're having, all of the attention they're drawing, and you would think, especially all the negative attention they're now drawing because of this fucking broadcaster thing, and that's insane. What a shame. If you don't know shame on you, Orioles.
If you don't know about the broadcasting situation that we're talking about, so awful announcing.
Gary went off.
A lot of people. Gary went off. Michael K went off. Howie Rose went off on Twitter. My thing with this is, I'm almost positive that there has to be something else to the story.
I was just going to say there has to be something we don't know. If there isn't, that's insane. For those of you who don't know, I don't know if you have the clip, but
I do have it. It's a minute long. I'm not going to play the whole thing, or maybe I don't ever have to play any of it. But
no,
Kevin Brown, who works for the Orioles broadcasting team, I don't know if the Orioles themselves run the network or how it used to be with SNY and the Wilpons, or if there's an outside company. But either way, he had I'll just show the screenshot here.
But like, let's also go ahead, show the screenshot, and let's make notice of the fact that there's a graphic that was made by a production team, and like the whole nobody else was suspended except for him for saying it.
How could you be suspended
that
for
makes
saying
no
a
sense.
Factual stat? So basically, the Baltimore Orioles were down in Tampa, and for the past 15 series, out of the last 16 series, the Orioles lost all of them. I guess they tied. Maybe it was a 4-game set. It had to be.
Right.
So he's basically saying that now that the Orioles are better, they've won 2 in the last 5 games, and they have the chance to go 3 total wins 3 wins in the last 5 games. So they were changing the narrative of being like, okay, we always get beat up when we go to Tampa.
But he was saying, but there's hope. They're good.
Right.
Like, it was a positive thing.
But this happened like last month. So I'm not quite sure if this is the real reason. I don't know if there's a statement from the Orioles organization themselves about why he was suspended.
Yeah.
Or if they cited this is the reason. But awful announcing put it up, and then everyone else kind of just ran with it that this is what's going on. There has to be another reason.
The reason I believe that it was just because of that is because I've seen people in the industry who are personal friends of him who have said, like, as a personal friend, like, this is ridiculous, whatever, where I feel like if there was something else going on, I'm sure they talked to him directly. And like, if there was another reason, not necessarily that he would disclose what it is, but like, I don't feel like he would tell them, yeah, this is the exact reason I got fired, if it wasn't, because that's only setting himself up for disaster. So I kind of believe it.
Oh, well, here we go. He got his job back.
Well, as he fucking should.
So 5 minutes ago, Barstool put up public shaming works. Wrongfully suspended play-by-play man Kevin Brand will return to the O's broadcast booth on Friday.
Great. Now go cover your polls outside your stadium.
Yeah, I mean,
idiots.
honestly, we don't always chop things up from the show, but I think that this might be a good one to chop up because you know, not that we want to put more attention on something so negative, but if you are a team that is in first place in the East,
you should just contact your contact at the Orioles who has the means to talk to someone and be like, are you aware that this is there? Are they aware that this is there? Because I saw it. And as a customer of yours, as somebody who would like to do business with you again, I didn't feel safe having my wife walk around your stadium. And that's not okay with me. I think that would make more of a difference. Talk to someone directly.
Yeah, you're right. But like that tweet just said public shaming also sometimes works. So when you shine a bigger spotlight on it than just an email, then you know, usually
for sure you could like softly threaten, be like, before I take to
we
the
already
internet.
did it. We already did.
Know, but still, like in a post.
Yeah, true. All right. Speaking of posts, if you guys have not posted up your name on the Lindor collection yet, I don't know what you're waiting for, because all levels of this sweepstakes have been unlocked by Francisco Lindor.
Woo-hoo.
So shout out to Corona and the Mets for putting together this limited edition curated by New York-based Zen Artist 2 collection. It is called the Lindor collection, the Francisco collection, I'm sorry. And shout out to Corona for supporting not only this show, but also our tailgates. And we will be bringing a whole bunch of Coronas to the tailgates for the rest of the season. And we hope to see you guys out there. So if you see, all these achievements have now been grayed out, which means they are unlocked. If you'd like to win any of the products you see here in the collection, you could just basically scroll down, put your name, put your state, put your email address, and put your phone number. No purchase necessary. And if you are the lucky winner, you will be contacted and they will mail out some free merch your way. That's it.
Love it.
Go take care of it. I enjoyed responsibly so many Coronas at Pickles on Saturday.
As you should.
Yeah, they were doing anything in a can was $4. Anything.
Crazy.
So I was like, anything? Are you sure? I was talking to the owner. He's like, yeah, anything. And he's like, I asked him, can I take a photo, like a group photo somewhere? All your windows are like, they're like painted closed upstairs, because I want people like throwing things out the window. He's like, oh, come with me. I went on the roof. Did you see the video?
I saw. I didn't know where you were.
Yeah, Howie
wrote
back. Howie coach is like, don't jump. Don't jump. There's always next year. Yeah, but that building is so old.
Yeah.
And what he was telling me was, I guess as buildings, it was always a bar off to the left. As buildings or businesses would close, they buy them out.
Right.
So there's different. Have you been there?
Did we go there the first year?
Yeah.
2015 thing? Yes.
But I never knew there was even an upstairs. There's 3 floors.
I was not enjoying my drinks responsibly that day, and I don't remember much of it.
Okay. Well, I always thought, like, all right,
was.
There's a little bar off to the left, a little bit of a larger, like, restaurant style tables and chairs off to the right, also another bar.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was it.
Right.
Because they also have the whole outside. But on Friday, we poked around a little bit. When you get outside, there's a door that says second floor open. You walk up there, there's 2 more bars up there, and then there's another flight of stairs to go on a 3rd floor where there's like a little hangout with a bathroom, no bar, but like 4 tables and an air conditioning. You just chill out there.
Cool.
It's great. So I was like, well, I want to take some kind of videos and photos. I can't figure this out. He's like, come with me. So I walked up this rickety old like fire escape, got to the roof, and did a little video out there. But
that's so cool.
Shout out to them. Tom and Pickles, always a great time.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You're too old for Rugrats, but Tommy Pickles was the main character.
Okay.
So.
But yeah, his last name is not Pickles.
I know. It
was
just a funny coincidence. Tommy Pickles. Anyway.
Tommy. Wait.
Pickles?
Do those kids really talk?
Yeah. Well, in the show.
Is it like Family Guy? How like the parents can't hear him talk?
Yeah, the parents don't know they talk, but they did do a spin-off series called All Grown Up, which was when they were like 12 and 13.
Oh, no way.
And then they knew they talked. But
so Eric just chimed in. Pickles bartender told my friend it's never as busy as it was on Saturday. So we definitely brought the extra crew. I got to the upstairs bar before I left and I wanted to get another Corona. And she's like, I am out of everything. I guess like we basically cleared them out.
That's great.
Yeah. Great for
Good
Tom.
them.
Good. I love that for Tom.
Love that for Tom.
Tom, thanks for having us.
Tommy Pickles.
All right, Tommy Pickles. There you go. I wonder if anyone calls him that.
I'm sure he's been told of that reference before
All right.
by millennials such as myself.
Tommy Pickles. All right. So listen, like we were talking about in the beginning of the show, and we were talking about the poll, how many games you're going to. We still do have 4 home games. Unfortunately, our record is dipping. We are now 7-6 this season, all time 85-66. So still looking all right there. We haven't till at least the end of next year if they keep losing every single time we go to get back to 500. But hopefully that doesn't happen. We will be in Minnesota next month. So I am traveling again to go watch this team. And I laugh about it because, it is just such a shit show right now.
And it's also just like of all the places you have to go.
But these tickets
Minnesota.
went up after the Mets had already basically shit the bed, and still 700 people are going.
We talked about this last week. I totally get it, because like if somebody wants to hit all 30 MLB stadiums, when the fuck else do you want to go to Minnesota if not with people?
I mean, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
That's for sure, because I want to go to a new ballpark. I do like hanging out with the crew, whether it's to see this team or not.
Right.
But that's the story. But we are going to be there next month, and I am working on a Kegs and Eggs event because it is a 1:00 start, which normally we have a night game on a Saturday, but a 1:00 start down there in Minnesota. Some people are staying the next day. I was talking to Bianca and Mike. They're going to stay for the Vikings game the next day, opening day.
Oh, that's fun.
Watch football, but I'm not doing that. I might even make my flight Saturday night, to be honest. Get in there Friday. I already have a flight home for Sunday.
That's a dangerous game.
No, I did it in LA.
Oh,
I flew all the way to LA. I was there for like 8 hours.
That you were there for like a day.
Not even. I was back in the airport before 24 hours from when I landed in LA.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm getting there Friday. I'll probably go to the game Friday night, scope out some bars. I'm going solo. Kelly's not going. And then Saturday morning, we're going to be, I don't want to say the brewery's name yet because we're still finalizing some details, but they are going to open up early for us. I showed them, again, not everyone always understands what I'm talking about when I email them. And I sent them a photo from this is us at Brewheim in Anaheim. This is us at wherever, Pickles or Lucky Strike in Boston, like everywhere where we tailgate. This is what's up. Open early. Yeah. It'll be worth your while. Right. So that's the story. If you are going to Minnesota, stay tuned for the details on the meetup spot. But we do have 4 games left at Citi Field, which is.
What are the dates?
Let me tell you something. This is a sad thing to say.
Okay.
I have not once until yesterday put up tickets for an outing and not told anyone that they're up.
Ooh.
Because
why would you?
I feel like embarrassed to be pushing tickets right now.
Yeah.
So which is crazy. Like,
so they're up, but no one knows.
They're up. Like if you want to go buy them, Mets.com/the7line Army. The last game of the season always is like, I'm gonna go. It's the last game.
That's the one I want to go to.
It's up. So if you're listening to this now and you want to buy tickets to that one. It is Sunday. The Mets are playing in October this year. Yeah, made it to October.
October baseball.
October 1st is the last game of the season. And we will be hanging out at the Marine a lot. It is a 3:10 start. If you remember the last game of the season, every team in baseball has to start at the same time.
Why?
Because if one team's
like
in,
odds,
and they don't want, like, let's say 2 managers are friendly with each other, and Buck knows that so and so needs to beat the Mets, like kind of let them win. Yeah. So everyone starts at the same time that day. So I guess the tailgate will probably start like 11 a.m. and then we'll hang out and go in the game, and then that'll be a wrap.
What are the other dates of home
I'm going to tell you right now.
Okay.
So we have 4 left. Let me pop this on the screen.
I can't go August 15th. I'm moving to my new apartment that day. Also, no show that day, guys.
Oh, yeah. No show next Tuesday. We'll figure out. Or there is, and then I just do it with like.
That's fine.
I don't know.
If you want to bring Zappa or Andrew.
Hit the bullpen.
Hunter Indart can fill in for me.
Or maybe Richie gets the call. Richie would just curse for an hour.
I was going to say, Richie's a.
Oh, another
Richie's
thing.
A gamble, but Richie would do a good job.
Okay, we'll talk about that again. Remind me here. Okay, I'm going to write cab, just so I remember to talk about a cab. Okay. All right. So next Tuesday, this is going to be a good game, especially because of the giveaway. Edwin Diaz bobblehead giveaway night next Tuesday, August 15th at Citi Field. After that, we have the Kodai Senga Ghost Fork baseball giveaway night. I have not seen what the baseball looks like, but that is August 25th. That is a Saturday, I believe.
No,
it's a Friday. That's a Friday night. Yeah. And then after that, we have September 16th at Citi Field. Mets versus Reds. I don't know. I'm assuming it's a night game. Let me look it up. I think this is a weekday as well.
No, that's a Saturday.
September 16th?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
September 16th is a 7:10 start. Mets versus Reds. So these 2 just went up, and I didn't tell anybody. Okay. So September 16th, Mets versus Reds. That is a Saturday. And then the final game of 2023.
I will be at that one.
The Mets are ending the season at home this year. It is October 1st, 3:10 start, Mets versus Phillies. And we will absolutely be pre-gaming before that one as well. So pop on over to Mets.com/the7line Army if you would like to pick up tickets, and we will cheer with you guys down there. So we haven't done this in a bit. Let us know where you're cheering from. Let us know where you're watching from. We'll pull your names into the comments here. Also, special shout out to our friends at Tick Pick. Let's do the little game.
Love Tick Pick.
Let's see how cheap you can get into the ballpark tonight for the Mets game. I think my next time using Tick Pick will be for some Knicks tickets.
Good for you.
August 8th, which is tonight, you can get in for $4.
Jesus.
No fees.
No fees, guys.
$4.
Get them while they're hot.
Tomorrow, Mets football jersey. I haven't seen that yet.
Okay.
But you can get in for $5, which is insane because you could probably get
Wow.
that football jersey, put it on eBay and sell it
Yeah.
for $40 and
Yeah.
actually make money on it and go
Make
buy
your-
yourself
I
a
was
couple
gonna say,
Coronas.
Make your parking money back.
Yep. And then this weekend, August 11th, August 12th. Why is there two things here? Oh, maybe that's a glitch. August
Was it a
12th.
doubleheader? Was there a game that was rescheduled?
We should know that, but
What are the
yes,
ti-
it is a doubleheader.
Doubleheader.
Oh, Madone.
And it's not single admission.
Okay, so why is this one $12? Handmade robot knit. Oh, they're doing
'Cause
this.
it's the giveaway.
They're doing the giveaway now. Okay.
Right.
So you can go to 2 games on Saturday for $16 total
Right.
at Citi Field. So you can go to the day game for $12 and you can go to the night game for $4, which is insane. So pop on over to Tick Pick. Always got the best prices, no fees, and always trying to save you money and giving you the best prices guaranteed, as you can see right here. Best price guarantee.
Yes.
Don't forget to use the special promo code OABT, $10 off any order of over $99 in the app for first-time users. If you're not a first-time user, tell your friend to buy it for you or use a different email address or have your mom buy them or whatever the case may be. So back to Baltimore for a second.
Okay.
Friday night, game's over, fireworks. I don't give a fuck about fireworks. We
course.
get into a cab and head on over to the casino. I kind of swore off casinos. I don't know if I told you. I'm like, I'm never going to a casino again. It's
Okay.
stupid. I'm wasting money, whatever. I had $200 in my pocket to burn. I was like, fuck, let's go. Kelly likes casinos. Richie and Tara love
Casinos
casinos.
are fun.
Shu went, Zappa went, right?
Uh-huh.
So we're there. We gamble. We leave. We get into a cab. The guy, I think, was almost like asleep, waiting for like someone to be like, hey, can you give us a ride?
Yeah.
A lot of people use Ubers now and stuff. So we get in. Zappa stayed. So we had 5 people. He's like, can we fit? Yeah, sure. Richie sits in the front. The 4 of us, Tara, Kelly, myself, and Shu
Uh-huh.
fit in the back, right?
Okay.
This guy was driving. Remember I told you about in Boston, the guy was on the wrong side of the road. I thought it was funny. I was like videotaping it. This guy drove so aggressively, I thought I was in a movie or dreaming because he was hitting turns where his tires were chirping. That's how fast he was going, burning through red lights, not stopping for stop
Oh
signs,
my God.
driving on the wrong side of the road. And I'm like, yo,
Was he drunk?
I don't know. But I'm like, yo, I said something. He's like,
Yeah.
it's cool. It's Baltimore. And I'm like, all right, man. So basically, like, no
What is
fucking
going on
rules
in Baltimore?
The guy did whatever the fuck he wanted. He got us there in 2 seconds, and it was like $20.
Oh
We
my
got there
God.
safely.
Oh wait, that casino. Chris went to Loyola, and I'm sure the casino that you went to is the one that he would go to all the time. I have to tell him that you went. He'll be
I don't know,
excited.
but it
it was
was
like a very jank casino.
what was crazy about like this whole like I didn't feel like maybe because I had a whole bunch of Coronas, I didn't feel like that unsafe.
No,
Like the guy
No,
was
I don't-
driving in such a
in
way
the
where like
car,
it was
yeah.
crazy, and I was like, well, "This is nuts!" But I was like almost having fun.
Yeah, there's sometimes where it's just like you need to just tell yourself there's, even though there totally is, there's no way this can end badly. It's just fun,
No, it
and
was
then it's fun.
well, yeah. I mean, it could have ended very
Could have
bad.
ended really badly.
We're in the back seat with no seatbelts
Yeah.
on, 4 people crammed like this,
Yeah.
and this guy's just like going around the turns, like chirping the wheels, crazy.
How long of a ride was it?
For this guy, it was 10 seconds, but for the normal person, it probably would have been like 5 minutes.
Oh wow.
I mean, like he probably did it in like 2. He stopped. He didn't stop at lights.
Were there like other cars on the road?
He was going around them. It was crazy.
Did you tip him?
Yeah, of course.
Job well done.
All right, guys. So that's the show for this week. Shout out to all you guys that watch each week. We appreciate it.
Yeah, God bless
Shout out
you.
to the people in the comments that says we can't stop doing the show because they love it. We love it too. I
Yeah,
mean, this is
do.
fun.
We always
We're
end up having
laughing.
fun. It's like before the show, it's always just like, what the fuck are we gonna do for an hour? And then an hour passes. We're like, okay, that was fine.
We didn't talk about the dogs.
Oh my god, we have so many dogs to talk
Okay,
about.
one thing, because
We got time. We got 5 minutes.
we do, but I did put it in the caption that said like Mets fans really love their dogs.
Yes.
So last night I'm sitting there on the Twitter during the rain delay, and I'm like, all right, let's give something away, get people a little fired up. And I put out a tweet with my dog, who's such a
Prissy.
pain in the ass, does not leave me
Leave her
alone.
alone.
It says, I had the best sleep ever because she wasn't next to me for the 2 nights I was in Baltimore.
Leave her alone. She just loves you.
I can't take it.
Oh my
I want to build a doghouse and put her in the yard.
Stop it.
So giveaway. Is that legal?
I don't know. I'll take her away.
Okay, take it. Giveaway. Reply with a picture of your pup that'll look good in this collar. We'll pick one of them for a free one. I think that I'm going to actually, for the first time ever, allow you to select the winner.
Oh, don't put that on
because
me.
I can't pick a favorite dog.
I can't either.
So
I'll just randomly pick.
how many people do you think? Do you know how many people replied? Did I tell you?
I was looking at them, but I didn't see. The only one I did see, which I do want to send my condolences, I saw Charlie posted his dog. Charlie's dog, Rookie, passed away. We're very close. Rookie was the best. So RIP Rookie. But
Sorry.
that was
Charlie.
the only one I saw that I knew.
So 382 people replied with photos of their dogs.
That's nuts.
That is a lot
Yeah.
of people to reply. But my whole thing was, did people want a free collar? Go to Google, type in dog.
No. I'm gonna, you know what I honestly think? I think it was the opposite. I think people just like an excuse to post their cute dogs.
I guess.
And like if they get a collar out of it,
Look at
great.
this
But like
little one.
look at this, look at this dog.
You could see some blue and orange stuff in the back. So
I
you know that a lot of these
can't.
are, oh, that's Sam.
Oh, it's Sam.
You need to make a tiny one. I guess like this dog
They
must be.
come tiny because if that one fits Freddie and
Yeah.
my dog is smaller. Yep.
Sadie says LFGM. Yeah, people love posting
That's
pictures of
Rookie.
their dogs.
R.I.P. Rookie.
Oh, there you go.
So sad.
Yeah. So
gosh.
you're gonna have to go through these
Oh my god.
and let me know who's gonna be the winner.
How am I supposed to pick?
What's that one? A corgi?
That's a corgi.
We could do this probably for. There's 300 and something replies. We can do this for
Stop.
another hour.
No, I can't. Oh, I do want to. I want you to pull up something from Gatto Pups though, because there is a dog I absolutely need to find a home for.
See, this little. I will.
That's so cute.
This is how Bristol treats me in the house all day. I can't.
What's wrong with that?
I don't like it. I'm
It's
like trying to type. She's
adorable.
licking my arm.
Darren,
I can't.
You know how like you starve her of attention so she wants it more. She's a girl. Okay, why don't you just for like a week shower her with your
You think she'll
love and
stop?
affection? I think she will when she doesn't feel like she has to work so hard for you to love her. Yeah,
Like do this. Pet it. I have to pet the dog.
you're like a fuckboy to your dog. Like just give her attention.
Is that a Bichon? I had a Bichon. when
No,
I was growing
I
up.
don't know what it is. It's so cute.
All right, if you're
Oh my
listening
God.
afterwards, this is the exact reason why you need to watch the show.
You'll see a lot of cute dogs.
Look at this. Maybe
So
she needs a
cute.
friend. She'll leave me alone. She needs another one.
Maybe.
No, I can't get too
No,
close. Imagine both of them are like that.
I think Bristol would just get pissed. I think she'd become very territorial of you.
She gets really mad when I swim. If I go in the
Well,
pool,
she's trying to protect you.
she gets so
Oh
mad
my
if
God,
I
Darren,
swim.
please just give your dog some love.
I go in the pool.
all she
I've been going
wants.
to the pool more often now because of my back. I hear it's low impact. You could exercise that way. So I've been doing laps, and she gets so pissed. She'll wait at the other side and bark at me and get mad at me.
She thinks you're drowning.
No, she does not.
She just wants to help.
Look at these dogs.
I can't. They're all so cute.
That one's tiny.
4 months old.
Mini ween moose. Oh, I guess this dog has its own Instagram.
Oh my gosh.
How do you feel about that?
I don't mind it. As long as the content is good. I don't care.
All right, we could do this all day. So Julia's gonna, if you haven't entered your dog yet into this contest, it just started last night. It wasn't even supposed to be a contest. It was gonna just be a random giveaway.
No,
But now we have to pick like the cutest.
No, I'm not.
dog.
I can't say that. There is no such thing as a cutest dog except for
All right.
mine. But I will pick one way or another. I'll find a way.
Oh, that's a great photo. This is awesome.
Oh.
Okay, this isn't even. Oh, this one. Looks,
Oh my god.
this one's cute.
The underbite. I love a good underbite.
I like when they put the names of it. This one is nameless, but
So
Danielle
cute.
at DSOEVYN posted her dog with you're calling it an underbite.
So cute.
And a nice little Mets bandana there. So maybe we need to make bandanas.
Yeah,
Is this
I
dog
said
in
that.
mulch?
I don't know. I said you should make bandanas. I think they'd sell like hotcakes.
You know, I heard there's a dog in like Ohio or something. I heard this yesterday on the Fan. That's like 23 years old named Spike.
We have a dog at Gatto Pops that's 20.
Really?
20 years old.
What do you want me to pull up?
Go to Instagram and it's Gatto Pups and Friends. That's not the one I'm going to talk about though. He hasn't been vetted yet. We have to bring him to the vet, make sure he's all good, whatever. And then we'll make a post about him. I think he goes today actually. But there is another dog that I need to find a home for. If you could click that second post with the brown dog. Whenever you yep, this is Provolone.
Didn't we talk about Provolone before?
No, we talked about Fra Diablo. Fra Diablo got
okay.
adopted this week, everybody. It's a happy ending. But Provolone, whoever gave him to us, I believe it was the ACC. I don't remember. But they flat out lied and told us that he was a senior, that he was 11 years old. He's only 4 years old, and he has so much energy. He's in perfect health.
Couldn't you tell the difference like right away?
Yes, we could. We get well. Also, at first when he came, he was very scared, so he really wasn't moving much. So it wasn't an immediate tell, which is fair. When dogs are in shelter environments and they're a lot more scared, they don't totally show their personalities. But he has so much energy, and he's not big, but he is bigger than the tiny little decrepit dogs we have, and he's living amongst these geriatric blind deaf dogs that just want to sleep all day, and he just wants to play. And I truly believe that like he's not a dog that would have so much energy forever, but he just needs to get some out, like run around in the yard a little more, maybe go for a walk, or just have like a kid that would play with him, and he would be the best dog in the world. He is a snuggle bug. He likes to be picked up like a baby. He'll give you kisses. He truly is so sweet. He's just not a senior, and he needs out of the senior dog sanctuary because he's losing his mind a little bit. So if I talk about these senior dogs and you're like, oh, I don't think I could do a senior, I have a perfect young dog for you. And he's not even too young. He's not a puppy. He's 4 years old. He's potty trained. Provolone needs a home. He does need a yard to run around in because he does have some energy and needs to get out. Or if you like to go for walks a lot and you could commit the time to walking him, then great. Message me, message Gatto Pups and Friends. Just say you know me and the dog will be yours. Provolone needs a home. Please adopt Provolone.
Provolone. We love the name.
Yes.
Shout out to Provolone.
Yes.
All right. So back to square one before we started talking about the dogs. Thanks to Corona.
Yes.
Thanks to Tick Pick.
Love
if
you.
you're hitting the games this week, have fun. If you haven't picked up tickets yet for Thursday night at Citi Field, go to the Mets website, NYPD versus FDNY. They're calling it Battle of the Badges, hosted by David Wright. Proceeds from this game will benefit NYPD and FDNY designated charities. Great cause. Should be a fun time. And one thing's for sure, the Mets cannot lose that night at Citi Field because they will not be playing. So
Great.
Coming out, have fun, enjoy yourself. Shout out to the sponsor. Shout out to Julia. Shout out to Gatto Pups and Friends. Shout out to Provolone. And I have to have a talk with the Orioles. So I have to email someone soon about that situation. So
very good.
Talk to you next week at some point. We'll see what goes on. And let's actually LFGM. Let's end it with LFGM.
Fuck.
Oh my God. She just had to get it in there. See you guys.